You get more out of life when you go out to a movie.
It's 1 minute till showtime.
I have memories of being a small kid coming to the drive-in. One was E.T.
Grease.
I can remember Jaws.
Shrek when I was little, probably 5 or 6.
Wally.
Ice Age.
It has its own nostalgia. It's certainly an original. And I think that's why a lot of customers are starting to come back. There's a resurgence. You've got generations of kids that have never been to a drive-in. You ought to see the faces on little kids when they come here for the first time. And I get to watch a movie outside, you know, and run around and play catch, you know, before the movie. They love it.
You don't have to just dream about Dairy Queen. Your favorite Dairy Queen treat is a refreshing reality at your nearest Dairy Queen store.
And now, on with the show.
This is cool. This is neat out here, you know. This is something I want my kids to be able to bring their kids to. It's got a special atmosphere to it.
People have come up to me, as they have Steve, and they've said, we enjoy your drive-in. We love going to your drive-in.
Being outside.
Being in your vehicle and watching a movie and being with your family.
I like all the people that come up. I like talking to them.
You get to be outside with your family and enjoy it.
Like Harley-Davidson motorcycles, Colt pistols, and Route 66, few things represent Americana quite like the drive-in theater. An American original, the first drive-in was built in 1933 by Richard Milton Hollingshead Jr. near Camden, New Jersey. After only a few short years, drive-in theaters slowly made their way to Michigan, where its first outdoor theater was built in 1938. By 1948, there were 12 total drive-in theaters in the state of Michigan. Shortly thereafter, the idea exploded in popularity, and by 1956, there were 111 drive-ins in Michigan alone. That number continued to grow to its peak in 1972, with 137 outdoor theaters in the state. Flash back to 1947. A man by the name of Torchy Clements decided to build an outdoor theater in the small town of Carsonville, Michigan. By 1948, the Highway Drive-In was open for business. Torchy owned and operated the Highway for the next 20 years in collaboration with Doug Davis and then Hollis Drew. In 1968, Torchy sold the theater to Stanley Fetting. Stanley ran it for the next 29 years along with his son Larry, when it was then sold in 1997 to Steve Kurzinski, the current owner.
When I first bought the drive-in, it was just business. If it didn't make it within the first couple of years, I fully intended on turning it into commercial property. After owning it for probably a year, I said that'd never happen, not while I had it. I kind of realized that there was a diamond in the rough here. You know, we thought we could clean it up and it make something out of it. And really, that's kind of what happened. We started painting things and putting roofs on things and redoing the buildings, and people started coming back.
I think Steve's done a great job out here, not only in the upkeep of the grounds, but the technical support that he has given the drive-in. It's like a new breath of fresh air.
When I first bought the place, we were actually a carbon arc theater. It still had the original projectors in it from 1947, and I think we ran that way for 2 years. And carbon arcs were expensive and hard to get. I actually replaced the projectors with lamp houses, and so we switched over to a 2,500 watt lamp house, which really increased the light of the picture, made it great looking. We ran about probably 7 or 8 years with that, and then I did another projector upgrade. I put a brand new 3K projector in, 3,000 watt bulb, and a platter system. So we switched from having to switch every 20 minutes the film back and forth projectors to being able to spool up the whole movie, or both movies, on one platter.
And with the bulbs, you didn't have to worry about the brightness going dim and bright again, or even going out. Unless, of course, the bulb burned out, but that seldom happened during the show. In fact, it's never happened to me during the movie.
Dan Arnold is our projectionist. I always joked when I bought the place that he came with the deed to the place. I think he's worked here over 40 years now. He's seen the transition from carbon arcs to lamp houses to the platter to the digital now. We still have Dan working 2-3 days a week. We're just trying to find other ways to be able to help keep him working.
Got about a minute to go. I'm going to be looking for my cue marks. The little black dot you see in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. You see one at 8 seconds to the end of the reel, and you see another one at 1 second. And that's when I will change projectors. Each movie would come on approximately average of 6 2,000-foot reels of film. There's the first one. 6 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. And we're over here. Better get the carbon shut off. Open up the gates. Take reel 2 out. Open her up, and she's still glowing red hot. All right, put this one over here in the rewinder. Be kind, rewind, they say, right? Only the ones that had the money to convert to the digital projector, or some of them won a projector with that Honda contest last summer. Now, those ones, of course, will stay, but if you couldn't convert to digital, then you're out of business.
The film to digital conversion has hurt film projectionists like Dan. Steve has done his best to keep him working at the highway. Having been the projectionist for over 40 years now, Dan feels the pain of losing a large part of his job, but knows that it comes as a price for the advancement of the entertainment industry.
These are evolutionary advancements that we have made in the entertainment industry. The one that we're currently talking about now, the digital conversion, is no different. However, it comes with a higher price tag, and it comes with the theater owner being responsible to foot the bill for that price tag.
When they first came out with the digital projectors, they were very expensive. They're still very expensive. We kind of waited it out right to the end. This last year, January, some of the film companies said we're not making film anymore. So we either had to switch or go dark.
The fact that Steve went with the digital just brings the whole experience to life. It really does.
The benefits of digital over film is the quality. There's no more scratch prints. There's no more dust on the prints. The sound never skips or goes in and out from analog to digital.
In 1972, there were over 130 outdoor theaters in the state of Michigan. Today, there are fewer than 10 that are still operating the old-fashioned way. The few owners that are left have come to the realization that the drive-in is a dying form of entertainment, and Steve is no exception, treating the highway as the endangered species that it is.
The individual drive-in owners throughout the state and throughout the country that are making the transition, that are converting over to digital, it's these folks that we really need to applaud because they're keeping the dream alive.
Most of your small town theaters have gone dark. Most small towns are gone. It's just the big mega chains. The drive-ins were formed here in America.
This is truly a piece of American history.
Yeah, it's definitely Americana. It would be a tragedy to lose it.
The drive-in experience is something that's a part of the landscape of America.
The people like to watch the old ads from the 50s and 60s, and we still show them here.
One thing that I think is really special about the highway drive-in here is we're a single screen. We're the oldest operating drive-in in the state of Michigan. We're an all-grass field. Kids walk around here in bare feet. We're out in the middle of the country. When it gets dark out here, the stars, people that come here from the city say they just can't believe the stars out here because of how dark it is around us. We don't have light pollution out here. I will say that the indoor is a lot more of a serious environment. Out here it's very much more of a relaxed environment. I enjoy the drive-in very much. There's always somebody to go out and talk to, and people come out here, little kids come out here, and everybody's happy to be here. It's just a lot of fun. We've put a lot of our time and effort into the drive-in here to make sure that it is the best that we can make it be.
You can do so many things that you can't do at an indoor theater. You can have family time that is spent with the children playing in the fresh air, with the pets if you choose to bring them, with the kids with their pajamas on so when the time is right they can fall asleep. And it's a great experience.
Watching people bring kids that have never been to an outdoor theater, if we let them all go dark, that experience will be gone.
It's with great determination that Steve pushes the highway forward to survival and success. Few new drive-ins are being erected, and even fewer are being built to the specifications as described in the original 1933 patent.
I don't think you're going to see a resurgence in a bunch of them being made. The new drive-ins that I've seen, they're not a typical old drive-in. A lot of the new drive-ins are blow-up screens, they're on flat asphalt parking lots. You come here, we're all grass, we have the humps just like in the patent. The screen's permanent, it's up in the air pretty good. So you don't have to look at the backs of other cars. They're very much designed that way. The highway's kind of a piece of history. It's something that should be kept for the future. To lose the nostalgia of it, to lose the business of people coming in from out of the area. Most of our customers are coming from 45 minutes to an hour and a half out. I've had people here from different states. I've had people here from as far as 3-4 hours away in our own state. So without the highway, you wouldn't have those people traveling into this area.
We would talk about how we used to be able to do this. The drive-in experience is still 2 shows for the price of 1. No matter which way you slice it, because it is a drive-in.
This is a family environment, a very safe environment. So I think we're special in our own way.
Despite other drive-ins being built in Michigan before the highway, it's been the one that has remained open and operating the longest. It's not electricity that keeps the new projector bulbs burning bright. It's not the next Hollywood blockbuster that keeps the lanes full of cars long into the night. It is the heart and soul of every man, woman, and child who believes that this is a vital piece of American history. And it's something that should not only burn bright into the night, but burn even brighter and longer into the hearts of generations to come.